40-year-old idiot when it comes to trying to learn technology. Hi guys, I don't do this shit. I don't care about how much you guys stare at me, but I'm doing this for business. And I promised that I would do it when I was drunk. So then I had to do it. Hey guys, I hope you guys are having a great Friday the 16th, 17th, not the 13th. So I'm just gonna wait and see how many of you assholes come in here. It's Friday, so make sure you pour yourself a drink. I'm having my classic vodka and what do we call it? Limoncello liqueur, which is French for lake water. And it's in my Madonna chalice, for those of you who have been to Northern California and have had the opportunity to go to the famous 1960s campy fuck hotel on a horse ranch. I had the opportunity to go there this Easter to see John Waters. Nothing says eggs quite like John Waters, so that was a really good opportunity. So I don't really do these, but when I watch other people do them, they say they're going to wait till people come into the room. But today's a very special day, at least for me. For those of you who are asking if this hat is too tall, I'm with you. I'm not quite sure why it's this tall, but I saw it. It was made in China, and I bought it with money I saved from my allowance. Today's been a very hectic day, so I'm actually glad that we get to have a cocktail here for a little while. Shit always hits the fan when it comes to the House of Haunt and Sharon Needles in general. I sometimes feel like for the last 10 years, the karma taxman forgot to knock on my door and collect my karma coins. So it's been a rough day. It's been a rough 2 years, and I'm sure for many of you watching this, you can probably connect with that. And Sharon Needles fans, though I might not have the most, I have the best, and there is a commonology of being dented cans, but the good inside is just as good, if not better. But today is an exciting day because, as maybe some of you have seen on Instagram and other social platforms, that the pre-save for my new single, Absolute Zero, off my, for some of you, much anticipated, and you guys have been very patient, for my upcoming record, Absolute Zero. Now, the single will be dropping in a week from now, and that also includes the video, so I thought I would connect with you guys, even though I don't want to start hawking my goods, because it has been a while since I've put out music. Now, a lot of RuPaul's Drag Race girls put out music. Some of it's really good. In fact, I like it all. And I'll be honest with you, the cheesier and more terrible the RuPaul Drag Race single is, the more I tend to invest in it. But when I won RuPaul's Drag Race 10 years ago, in fact, it's been a decade since I was the future of drag, all I wanted to do was to produce records and write music, because music, for me personally, has saved my life, and for people of my age category, kids from the 80s and in the 90s, music was kind of our only connection to fashion, queer culture, underground fantasies and stuff like that. And I grew up in a small town in Newton, Iowa, so I was never really nurtured into the gay lexicon of music. So, while, gay kids in bigger cities were listening to Britney Spears or Robin or Christina Aguilera, I was listening to My Life the Thrill Kill Cult and KMFDM and Ministry. But that's just because, I'm really dark. And since then, I've had the great opportunity to, of course, create my first record, PG-13, with songs like Call Me on the Ouija Board, and This Club's a Haunted House, and Dressed to Kill. And then I moved more into kind of a headier, ethereal, more mid-tone record of Taxidermy, because I met the man of my dreams that I knew I would spend my entire life with, and so I was so on a love high that that's what created Taxidermy, with songs like Dracula and Dead Dandelion and Hollywouldn't, and then I kind of moved more into my grittier, darker roots and my love for Genesis P. Origin, Psychic TV, and Front 242 and Marilyn Manson, and that's when I created Battle Axe, which was my more aggression record. So I always try to put themes on records. So my first record is, I call it my toddler record, because it makes no sense. It's almost a soundtrack to a movie that I was starring in at the time, because I went from a downtown punk, drunk Pittsburgh clown to probably the most recognized GLBTQI artist in the world. And I don't try and pat myself on the back or suck my own dick that much, but I will say that I'd like to think that I turned RuPaul's Drag Race from a beauty pageant into an art gallery, and and it being the first voted on crowned queen, I can only thank you guys for that, and it gave me so much more hope for this world to know that queer culture was a lot darker and freakier and unapologetic and button-pushing and transgressive in the way I like it. So my records, PG-13 was kind of a soundtrack of a baby, and then Taxidermy was my love record, and then Battle Axe was my violent record, and then I made Spoopy, which, thank you, all of you, for not buying it, but they all can't be winners. And that record was basically a record of my favorite campy Halloween classic covers. So that one was just more of a gift for all you Oh My Goth kids out there, and people who love Halloween. As I always say, I'm the queen of Halloween. Once Elvira dies. You know what the difference between me and Elvira is? About 8.5 inches. Could be fatter. So I had time to work on this record, and then coronavirus happened, and the political world was falling apart, and my marriage fell apart. My reputation was being challenged by a psychopath. My best friend passed away. My mom got cancer. I was at a point in the summer of 2020, and of course this is all going on while the Black Lives Matter movement was making their voices heard. There was a point where I was waking up every day and wondering if I had fucking died and I was in fucking hell. And with my mom being sick and the person I never thought would ever be out of my heart and my bed was gone, and my friend passing away, I really turned back to music, and I realized that punk wasn't doing it, industrial wasn't doing it, metal wasn't doing it. What really did it for me was, because I love all genres of music, from Appalachian country folk music all the way to just noise music, the sound of static on a television set. But there was one genre of music that just, I'm telling you, it saved my life, and that is the concept of disco. Disco has its roots in black culture, in queer culture, in dance culture, and in drug culture. And these were things that I really, really, really were identifying with. performers like Amanda Lear or Penny McLean, Georgia Moroder, Sharon, the Bee Gees. These were sounds that were just lifting me up so much. Sometimes the lyrics are so stupid and they're so nil. But it was just what I needed at that time, was that 172 BPM, which is the sound of confident walk beat, was inspiring me so much, and that's what inspired me to make my new record, Absolute Zero, Sharon Needles' first disco record for the summer of 2022. Now, I want to explain, now, and if you guys can see in the title, it says you can tip me, because I'm not on that All Stars Hall Winners. I declined, maybe not. But if you want to tip me, you can see down there and go to Sharon Needles 666 on my Cash App and give me some money because I'm running out. But I want to explain the title of Absolute Zero. And Absolute Zero, for those of you who don't know what the definition is, it is the coldest temperature recorded in outer space. It is when molecules actually stop moving, and when this shit just hit the fucking ceiling fan. That's all I wanted was the calmness and the permanence of molecules just not moving. And I have an obsession with outer space. A lot of people are scared of outer space. It's where I want to go when I die. I want my body catapulted so I can see the cosmos. And so Absolute Zero became a spacey, disco-y title that sounded good, but also had that Sharon Needles natural darkness that was there. And for those of you who have pre-saved the first single, Absolute Zero, I'm going to let you know right now, it's probably one of the headiest, darkest things I've ever written in terms of something that is personal. I try not to invite a lot of you into the real me because, okay, boom, I scared you. Sharon Needles is an invention. She's not real. Anytime I see someone online who gets pissed off at Sharon Needles, I'm just like, you just got mad at a cartoon. That's really weird. She's just an invention. She's not a real person. She's not a real person. And if she is, then I may be considered dual-spirited, or as I like to call it, double-demoned. But it's a song completely written about me losing the absolute love of my life. Now, let me tell you guys something. When you fall in love with someone and you know it's forever, don't get that day tattooed on your ring finger. Tattoos are much more painful and expensive to remove than they are to add. So this song, Absolute Zero, is about me losing the love of my life and me absolutely losing my goddamn mind. It is the only ballad on this record, though, so don't feel too bad. I don't want to set your summer off with a big boo-boo heartbreaker, but it has references of New Order, Pet Shop Boys, a little bit of Joy Division feel to it, electronic mid-tone, very dark song, all in minor, so it kind of gives you those little boo-hoos. But when we did the whole record and we listened to all the tracks, we knew that reintroducing myself to you guys, the fans, or new fans, or just people that don't like me but like music, I needed them to know where I was coming from. I needed this song to be the black and white house that fell into the gorgeous rainbow disco of Oz. The video, I think, it comes out in a week. I think you guys will really like it. You know me, I turn a lot of looks. I like those goddamn Lady Gaga vignettes at the beginning, and this one's going to make you particularly sick. when I wrote the opening of this, which I can't go too much into, but you'll see what I mean in a week if you make it by then. If you die, I'm sorry. Um, Speaking of death, it does have a lot of death in this opener. When I wrote the opener for this, it seemed like a good idea if I only had to do it once. Well, after about 12 hours of doing it, I've never been more disturbed with my own performance in my entire career of doing disturbing performances. Again, if you guys are just checking in, if you click on my story or just go to my Instagram and see my last post, you can see where you can pre-save the song of Absolute Zero. Now, okay, enough about Absolute Zero. It's going to break your little heart. You're going to feel real bad for me. Nothing feels worse than being a bleach blonde twink past its prime who is known for shaving off their eyebrows and causing a whole bunch of Hollywood problems. I'll never love again. But the rest of the record just goes into a lot of happiness. So that would go into the song Fruit Fly. And Fruit Fly is a great disco hit. It's full of tom drums. It's full of violins. We use so much orchestration in this. It is not just a pop produced record. There is so much real orchestra instrumentation in this, just like how disco always was, which always made me wonder why people try to say disco is dead when disco actually has more instrumentation, vocalists, and writers than any other genre of music. But that's just the racism of radio in the 70s. If disco is dead, then so am I. That would go into the song Fruit Fly, which is a testament to all my fans that want to fuck me. Now, fuck is going to be a very big word when it comes to this record. Like I said, I had my baby record, my love record, my angst violent record. This album is my fuck record because, if you guys remember, I was with Alaska Thunderfuck for 5 years. Shortly after Alaska, I was with my ex-fiance, Chad, for 7 years. So I missed 12 years of getting my bleached, celebrity, gorgeous, puckered little pinky stinky pounded the fuck out. So once coronavirus was over and I had a chance to spread my wings and to spread my legs, and knowing that I was turning 40 this year and me thinking I would never make it to 40, I got really, really sexually baked. I just started getting fucked a lot, and it was really inspiring my writing. Now, I'm not going to say that getting fucked. I mean, getting fucked is like Xanax. It doesn't last very long. I still had to deal with all my problems, but I lost my friend. My mom was sick. My boyfriend ran away. So I just thought it was my time to, and as a D-list celebrity, especially in the gay world, I thought no one could see me naked until I realized just how fucking good I looked. So I didn't care anymore, and I used to kind of be a sexual prude. So this album is a huge exploration of dance, blow, and getting fucked. And I suggest for all of you out there, this summer is the summer for that. So Fruit Fly is a song about all my female fans that want to fuck me and how much I appreciate it and how much I love it. It's never going to happen. I'm gay. But how funny I think it is. And this took me a long time. And what the song is really written about is because I have a lot of female fans. And friends. I noticed, and it took me a long time to realize, that some of my female fans want to sit upon it. And I was completely oblivious to this, but then it made sense to me. The 70s had Kiss. The 80s had Motley Crue. The 90s had Marilyn Manson. The 2000s had all those fucking emo bands that I didn't listen to because I was too busy being cool. And now this generation has female fans who are attracted to the sensitivity and the femininity of drag queens. And so that is what Fruit Fly is all about. Now, for those of you who don't know who a fruit fly, now there's two words. One is hag, which is F-A-G, hag. I know, me watching my mouth? Who have I become? And that usually is a woman who lives vicariously through the lives of gay men. But a fruit fly is a woman that gay men need, that we need. And I know so many of that. I see you every night in my audiences. I've met so many of you, and you are my fruit flies. You are not someone that needs to live vicariously through my stupid, shattered life. You are someone I need, and you are my fruit fly. So I hope you guys really like that song. Then I have the song, I Love You. It's my favorite title I've ever written because it is so tacky. I love you. It sounds like a Valentine. And I didn't really think I was going to do much with this song, and it has become my very favorite song on the record. And if you guys just hock enough money at me, I will single this song because it's my favorite song to perform. I can't go far too much in it, but what the song is about is for the last 10 years, I'll admit it, my ego got a little ahead of me. I was the queen of horror. I had a husband. I had a career. I was a celebrity. And all of that was challenged so fast. So then I started fucking a lot of people. And I realized that people would ask me, what is your kink? Like, what are you into? And, you know, I'm 40, so I'm just happy to have sex and sperm. And my kink is saying I love you when I'm getting fucked or when I'm fucking someone, even if I don't mean it. And I realized when I was getting on Grindr dates, I would look them right in the eye and say, I fucking love you. And they said no one has ever told them that before. And it made them come immediately. And I found it so interesting that queer people are so quick to find the most obscure fantasies to try to make people happy, but no one ever tells anyone that they love them. And so this song is about how my fetish is telling people I love them, even if I don't. Like, even if I just love them for, 17 minutes. If I'm drunk or on coke, I can go like an hour though. I have a song on the record called Size Queen, which is about my best friend who just celebrated her anniversary of dying the other day. She wasn't just my best friend, she was my cheerleader. She made photo books about me. Her name was Curiosity Killed a Cat, and I will say that name every single day. There's not moments that go by that I don't think about her. She also was 500 pounds. She was the whole goddamn neighborhood. She had the calories, she had the energy. And I've always, for some reason, have had an affection for bigger people, especially in the gay world, because we are such a visually obsessed culture that sometimes I find that our bigger brothers and sisters and those in betweenies and those who don't give fuckies, unfortunately, kind of miss out on some of the queer fun that we got to have. So I always have been surrounded, and I come from Iowa. Everyone is fat in Iowa. I mean, mine could be fatter, but ain't half of her. So this is a love song to all the big bitches out there that go out there and let them fucking have it. Who even if they might be in pain, never let you see it and are the true life of the party. So it's not just about Curiosity. It's about my fan and friend Stina Scott. It's about my business partner Lala Delmage. It's about my I almost said it. My good friend Maddie B. It's about all those amazing, larger than life in their soul, larger than life in their bodies. Because I wasn't raised on RuPaul. I was raised on Divine, and I'm just disturbingly body positive. I am doing a cover of Blue Oyster Cult's Don't Fear the Reaper in disco tone. I want you to think about how that could possibly sound. What you're thinking is probably not what you're going to get. It was my producer, Tomas at Killingsworth Records, said you cannot turn Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult into a disco song. And I said, but we can. And we did. And I really think It's gonna blow your dicks off. I have and I have the song Boogeyman. My last song that I write on a record is always the one I don't want to write. Usually it's because I'm ridiculously hungover. I don't want to write, but my top liner, Ashley Levy. Congratulations if you're watching, Ashley, who just got married in Palm Springs. What straight woman gets married in Palm Springs? Sadist. Way to rub it in. My fiance left me. I hate writing the last song, but it always ends up becoming so special. Dress to Kill was the last song I wrote for PG-13. I did not want to write it. I wrote it on far too much cocaine, darling. And it has turned out to be the most successful and most watched video of any of my songs. So it goes to show what I know. But Boogeyman is a song about bringing someone home. Oh God, let's pick a theme here. It's about bringing home someone from Grindr that is so hot, but you hate their clothes. So you half of me having a crush on people is the way people present themselves. I like funny people. I like good dressers. I can't fuck normcore. I can't do it. I can't fuck normcore guys. You have to be punk. You gotta be metal. You gotta be weird. You can be Nelly as hell, sis, but you rock and roll's a prostitute. You gotta put some lipstick on it, or no one's gonna want it. I like the paint job that people put themselves through. You know, I like their presentation and their swagger. So this song is about bringing someone home and hating their clothes, but it doesn't take that long to get them off. And then, you know, a beautiful body is a universal costume. So, and I can't say too much about this song either, but I rhyme the word John Travolta in it, and copy Grammy. I'm not gonna suck my own dick too much about this record, so I'm just gonna let my producers speak for me when they said this is some of my best writing. Some of it heady, and some of it just dance floor disco, cocaine, Studio 54, a mandolier stupid. And I think that's really what you guys need from me right now. I am famous for pushing buttons and getting my ass in trouble constantly. And this time I just kind of wanted to share a little bit more fun, a little bit more dance. Nothing makes me happier than dancing to goddamn disco records. And it doesn't matter if you think you're a good or bad dancer. Everyone can dance to disco. So I am pleading you guys now. I'm sorry? Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot a song. Sorry, thank you. My business partner Lala is behind here, thinking I know how to read. You have to use drawings next time, though. And I forgot the second single on this record is a song called "Flamin' Hot." Now, this song is a dance. This is going to be a dance floor classic. When I'm dead and thrown in the woods to become some kind of mushroom society, this song will live on forever. This song is the Mighty Real Sylvester. This song is More Than a Woman, Bee Gees. This song is Hot Stuff, Donna Summer. This song is so addictive. It's like crack, but like without fentanyl. Think about that. Cheers to that. Hot as Hell, I did not, or Flaming Hot. What did to be titled? Flaming Hot, right? No. Hot as Hell. Okay. It's either Flaming Hot or Hot as Hell. And this is just because, it's Flaming Hot. It's Flaming Hot. Okay, it's Flaming Hot. Okay, I'm going to agree with you. Sorry, me and my management team went back and forth what we were going to call this. Now, this song is one of those famous songs, like if you know my song Brain Dead from Taxidermy. It was one of those songs I wrote because I was so hungover and I did not want to write. Well, my top liner, Ashley Levy, does not accept hangovers as an excuse not to show up for work. There's also no excuse for me to be wearing this much under eye concealer. I look like a mole. I just wanted to look cool. But Flaming Hot or Hot as Hell, you go with either one you want, was when I was writing with Ashley at the Production Entertainment Group offices in Burbank, and she was eating Flaming Hot Cheetos. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm hungover, I can't smell anything. And she's just munching away with her sticky little red, rotten fingers, blowing her Cheeto Banshee death breath all over me. And she goes, "You have to put a title down today." And I said, "Flamin' Hot. It's hot as hell." And the song is about being in a really, really hot discotheque and being so hot that once you hit that limit of sweatiness, you don't even care how you look, and just dancing the night away with a boy or a girl or whatever, or whoever, or a dog or a helicopter,
right.
or a crab, a giant fucking crab. Don't bring up the crab, Lala. Yeah, so that's that. I think that's the full discography of this record. And again, if you guys can just click in the link in the last post here on Instagram, you can pre-save the song. The video will be out for a week, and because I love you guys, and feel free to tip me right down there at Sharon Needle 666 at Cash App, or however the future fucking works. I need money. You're all making drinks too famous. But I'm gonna take some. I think we covered it all, didn't we? I think I did pretty good. Yeah, I did all right. We're going to take some questions, and Lala's going to feed them to me. Did we already get some of those on there? Or if you guys have any questions, you can put them down. Preferably more music-related or album-related, or any questions you have about disco, the history of disco, or anything about disco.
I'm going to start with a simple question. Will there be music videos accompanying any of these songs?
First question, will there be music videos coming? I think we went through that. We already have 2 in the can. Now, you guys have to realize coronavirus really put an unlubed dick in my fruit salad. This album has been almost done for 2 years. I've been sitting on this baby for 2 years while I've been watching my compadres in the music industry come out with disco record after disco record. When I'm telling you, I had this disco fantasy first. In the future of disco. But yes, we have 2 in the can already, and that's for Absolute Zero and Flaming Hot. It might possibly become Hot as Hell. I don't remember. And hopefully, depending on how much you guys love it and how much coins I can get, because that shit's expensive, hopefully we can push it more, because this record just makes me so happy. And it's time for us all to heal and just be happy and stop being such little assholes and dance. Whoa, just spilled on.
Someone asked, what did John Waters say to you? I think they were talking about the Madonna Inn, and although we did not speak to John at the Madonna Inn, I thought you might want to answer by telling the story you told me about the other time you met John Waters.
What John Waters said to me at the Madonna Inn. Well, John Waters is a real celebrity, not like me. I'm a celebrity impersonator. So we didn't get too close. It's kind of like you had to pay a little extra, I think, to get a little quick pick with him. But I met John Waters so many damn times that I don't think there's much you could tell me that I don't already know. But I did. The first time I did meet him, I was wearing a shirt that says "I love Dexter Fishpaw," because Kenneth King, who plays Dexter Fishpaw, the Baltimore Foot Stomper, I think is the hottest person in cinema. And he told me that he was now currently 350 pounds, but that his son looked exactly like him. So if Kenneth King's son, if you're watching this right now, hit me up. I'm hot as hell. Fuck, dude, I'm about to come. Any other questions?
But then what did he say to you about Tammy Faye when you asked him if you would ever make Tammy Faye?
Well, he's told me so many things that I didn't know which one you were referring to. I met John Waters another time, and I said I loved how he took out of work or kind of past their prime actors, whether it be Tab Hunter or who robbed the bank, who got the Stockholm Syndrome, or Tracy Lords, or he likes to work with kind of past their prime or under the radar.
Patricia Hearst.
Patricia Hearst. So I told him, would he ever consider casting Tammy Faye Baker in a film, and he said that he absolutely hated her. Look who's laughing now. Academy Award. first. Oh, which way is Tammy? Oh, there it is. Oh, there's my new mom tattoo. None of you have seen it. Isn't that cute? It's pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
I just really liked this question. When is the Berlin Techno Sex Dungeon record?
When is the Berlin Dungeon Techno Sex
Dungeon record
coming up? Well, thank you for asking. You want a little bit of ball gag Lords of Acid fantasy. I'm dressed for. I'm assuming you brought that up just because how I visually look in tacky fishnet muscle tees, leather vests, and a hat that may or may not be proportionately too big. But I don't know. Right now, I'm just focused on motherfucking disco. Because disco's not dead. And neither's my career.
People are asking about All Stars, if you're going to tour, if this is going to be released on vinyl or CD.
Oh, lucky you kids now. A lot of you have been collectors of my work on vinyl in the past, and I know some of you are disappointed that Taxidermy never was released on vinyl, which is something we're thinking about. But Absolute Zero is absolutely being released on vinyl. And pre-sales are actually coming up very soon. And, oh, bish, when you see this artwork. Oh, when you see this cover. It's a perfect time for it, too, because it's nothing but rainbows. I can't go too far in it, but I've really been into rainbows lately.
There were some questions about if you would do a documentary, and some people asked, are you gay? When you were talking about fruit fly.
Someone asked me, have I ever considered doing a documentary? I want my story to be told when I'm dead. The only problem is my friends are either older or drug addicts, so they're dropping like fruit flies, so no one's going to be around to tell my story. I don't do well in front of... if someone made a documentary about me, they would have to have hidden the cameras all around me for 2 years and never have told me they're there. I respond too well to the machine. I'm too aware. I'm aware right now. Like, I'm probably not even being... I don't even know how authentic I am when I'm staring exactly at myself in my cracked iPhone 11. And someone asked if I'm gay, and I'm gay. Yeah, I'm gay. Really gay.
Do you want to answer any more questions?
Yeah, any other questions we have before we wrap it up here?
Just a lot asking if you're... Oh, would you write a book?
I would write a book if I knew how to spell. I did come out with a book called Sharon Needles and Cursed... Not quite sure what it was. I didn't write it. It just has my name on it. It was a choose your own adventure book. I'm just not... I just don't know how much I want you to know. I don't... If someone wrote me a check and said, tell the story, I would, but my life is so dirty and so dangerous.
What if you could have it ghost written by Laura Albert, who wrote all the J.T. Leroy books?
Yes, if J.T. Leroy writes my book, then it's okay if he ghost writes. But I'd rather have my story be told after I'm dead through people who can say through their experiences instead of my own, because it's weird when you're your own self.
CDs too, or just vinyl?
I'm sure CDs will be printed. We might even come out with Absolute Zero CD players so you can play them.
Okay, Kanye. Podcast?
Someone asked if I would consider a podcast. I spent so much ridiculous money in the thousands on podcast equipment. I'm such a fan of podcasts. I listen to probably 4 to 5 hours of podcasts a day that I don't know how, I don't know if I could mimic what I enjoy so much. I thought about doing a true crime podcast. I thought about doing a podcast called Bottomless Pit where I interview people who might not be famous in the lexicon of the television but are famous to me, and that's because they would say yes. to it. I have a friend named Rick Majors who is borderline double paraplegic that I thought about doing a podcast with because it would just be interesting to have two punks from two different perspectives of how we live our lives and how our bodies move and how we navigate through this world. But also, it's hard to let people in. I love being so ridiculously edited and just give you what I want you to have. But I know that the clock on that type of fame is ticking, and I probably am going to have to grow up and pull up my bootstraps and realize that I'm a product of my fans because my fans pay my rent.
Have you listened to Jujubee's new podcast?
I haven't listened to Juju. Are you asking, or is this a fan question?
Is just my
I haven't listened to Jujubee. A fan named Lala has asked, "Have I listened to Jujubee's podcast?" And I haven't.
It's something about relationships and
Any other questions
or something. Someone asked, "What are your favorite Donna Summer songs that aren't like the radio staples?"
Favorite Donna Summer songs. Now, this is the thing with disco is titles never match track names, so I'm not gonna know their songs, but I know "Love to Love You, Baby." It was radio friendly, but what a lot of people don't know is that when Georgia Moroder produced that song for her, because a lot of people don't know this, Donna Summer was a prude. She was a sexual prude. She was a huge Christian. She actually went a little against her gay fans and gay rights in the 80s, and I might be quoting this wrong, so don't listen to anything I say, but I think she was on that train of thinking AIDS might have been a punishment from God in the 80s. That's when she started doing a lot of gospel records. But she was such a prude. Ooh, love to love you, baby. Ooh. That Georgia Moroder actually went into the studio a lot, not just this song, other songs as well, and like caressed her and got her like in the zone, which is weird because Georgia Moroder and Donna Summer make a very odd couple, but hey, love is love. Love to love you, baby. Ooh, and guys, make sure to listen to a lot of Chic. Chic has been very inspiring. This Nile Rodgers, the bass and guitar player for Chic, has been instrumental about the way I wanted this record to sound.
And when is your album release date?
The album release date is I don't know, because I'm irresponsible about reading emails.
Some people are really asking over and over again about All Stars and touring, but...
I'm not on All Stars All Winners, and I'm glad I'm not, because that is a very hard cast to compete with. And I walked into that pink workroom so green and so just excited about the concept of television in Hollywood that a second time around, I can't gauge how meta it would be in my head. Like, would it turn me into a Cronenberg film? Would I go all David Lynched out and like be weirded out about replicating something I've already done? And not only that, competing against my compadres, my friends, my sisters, people who I have toured 47 countries with for the last decade, and try and create good story content when we clearly enjoy each other's company and love each other, and it would be a hard one, and it would just be terrible because I'm so good at drag. I say this all the time when people say Drag Race is hard, or I went to Drag Race and I got in my head. I always think it's crazy because out of every artistic product I've ever created, winning Drag Race is hands down the easiest thing I've ever done. It's so easy. It's so craft project, walk down a hallway, couple of jokes. It's if you're an entertainer, Drag Race should be so easy for you. It's like the Groundlings or Saturday Night Live. It's effortless. Anyone who finds Drag Race hard shouldn't have been on it.
Jackie Beat is asking, do you love me or not?
Jackie B, I do love you, and I want you to know that I just did a show in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I got a text from someone saying that they were Mistress Formica, and it turned out it was. And I ended up being able to hang out with her, and all I did was gush about how in 1995 I bought a 99-cent VHS tape at Casey's General Gas Station in Newton, Iowa. And the movie was called Wigstock, and the first Queens I ever saw was Mistress Formica, Lady Bunny, and of course yourself, Jackie. And you have been instrumental to me being queer, but being queer in rock and roll, being queer in punk, being queer and funny, being queer and seeing through the bullshit, being queer and bitter. And Jackie, if you're watching this, I want you to know you've been, you are in my top 5 visionaries, heart, body, and soul that inspired the living shit out of me as a very young queer punk in a town of 1,500 people in the middle of a cornfield in Iowa, and I'm indebted to you forever. So yes, I do love you, you bitter, rotten, fat cunt.
She said, okay, now I'm crying. So.
Go eat in the tub. That makes you happy. Go read a J.T. Leroy novel and eat pizza in the tub. I know how you do.
We've got a couple of people asking about Mary's. Are you involved, and when are we opening?
People are asking about Mary's, which I'm actually sitting in the apartment above Mary's. And for those of you who don't know, me and my business partner, Lala Del Mage, purchased a down-and-out, busted-up gun violence bar right here, slap in the center of Bloomfield and Garfield in Pittsburgh. It was a labor of love for me to always have a show bar that reflected what I've always wanted to see in a bar. I watch queens who are not on Drag Race, who are way better than queens on Drag Race, who are more beautiful, more talented, more funny, more smarter, more witty, being forced to perform in spaces that do not tend to their needs. And so me and Lala Del Mage, together for the last 5 years, have been cultivating the most queerest, straight-friendly, punk, weird, romantic, walking into Peggy Bundy's goddamn brain of a bar to showcase our love, not just only for the community of Pittsburgh, not just for Bloomfield and Garfield, but for entertainers that we want to bring in all over the world. And I might be speaking too much, but we're not so interested in bringing RuPaul's Drag Race legends in, even though we will. We're more interested in bringing in the legends that came before us and the legends that continue to be great examples of drag artists that don't get the golden ticket to be on the Price is Blonde. We've had a lot of hiccups. This building needed a lot of work. Coronavirus certainly didn't help. And also I have this other job called International Celebrity. And for those of you who are wondering why it's called Mary's, it's because we don't have any hamburgers. We don't have any. But keep an eye out. And we'd love to see you all come into Pittsburgh and live the Mary's fantasy. Because if you mix the letters in Mary around, you get the word army. I just came up with that. That was good. Oh. I think we'll take one more. We'll be good. By the way, for those of you just tuning in, please click the link on the last Instagram post to get the pre-save for the single Absolute Zero off my Disco Georgia Marauder chic, now that is a Mandelier inspired summer disco record. And feel free to tip Sharon Needles at SharonNeedles666 at cashup.com because I want to be
Someone asked if you're doing a Halloween show this year.
I
think they mean like a digital show.
Yeah, my last question for the night, because I gotta go, guys. I'm an alcoholic. Is am I doing any Halloween shows? I know that I am booked the 28th of October at 340 in Pomona. And if you guys know anything about me, that bar, either girls love it or they hate it, and I absolutely love being there. Wes has been someone who has supported my career and has been there for me for over a decade. So if you guys are in the Pomona area in Southern California in the Inland Empire, come see me on the 28th for Halloween. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much. I just wanted to check in. I don't like doing this, but I actually had a lot of fun. And please check out my new record, Absolute Zero. Share, like, thumbs up, stick it in your ass, or whatever you got to do. and help me promote it. I know I've been away for a while. I've been going through a lot of bullshit, as you guys. I know you know. That's why I'm not reading the comments. I'm letting someone else read them because I can only imagine. But thank you guys so much. Happy Halloween. Hail Satan. Kill your parents. Thank you guys so much. I really love you because when you're faced with so much loss as I have in the last 2 years, you really drop that fucking snotty attitude and realize that fans is just short for friends. Thank you guys so much. Happy Halloween. Thank you guys. Absolute zero. But now I have to figure out how to turn it off.
It's always the hardest part.
Is that the hardest part?
Yeah.